Hey everyone, today we are back renovating the abandoned car dealership. This morning I stopped by the local Tractor Supply here with the 99 F350. I just purchased a 18-foot gooseneck dump trailer. Now when I did arrive, something did catch my eye. I did ask them about it once I was doing the paperwork. They have a Bobcat E55. They actually said this is a rental $500 for the week, so we will be renting this more than likely later on today to tear out the fence. Let's hop in the 7.3 Ford and get going. Now we do have an old Chevy C70 dump truck that we've been using, but we need much more. And what I've noticed is we've had a load going to the waste center and a load going to the scrap yard. So to make it a little bit easier, we needed a second dump trailer, and I thought the dump trailer would be the way to go. Much cheaper option than getting a whole new truck. I'm really excited to be back here renovating the abandoned car dealership. Now earlier on this week we actually tore down the entire building, and over the last several days I've been hauling all the material over to the waste center, so we are good to go here, but we have a lot of work ahead of us here today. It's always a busy day with us, and I can't wait to get this project done. Now the main goal is to make a ton of money as well, and more than likely that will be happening. We probably want to have as big of a profits because we have to do a whole new building, but it should still be pretty good. And there is a full mods list up on my website that I do recommend you guys go check on out. So since we do have this attached, I actually want to load up all of those old gas cans in here. But before we get going on that, I do want to give you guys a quick update here. Now I always like an organized job site, so I always do a little bit of organization at the end of every single day here. But we'll get this back in. The goosenecks are so quick and easy, but as you guys can see, the building is gone. Many of you guys did say that we should try to salvage it, but the inspectors told me it's too far gone and we had to tear it down there. It's going to cost a little bit more, but it's better to do it right the first time than to make a simple quick to make a few extra bucks. So there we go. We actually have to bring in a bulldozer later on today to rip out the concrete slab. We can't use this. These are all cracks in the concrete. So wow, you guys can see we have a pretty open area here, but let's get going first though. We have all of these to kind of get cleaned up here. There's probably about a dozen or two, and we should be able to roll them right up on the trailer. Now I've really been enjoying this abandoned series here. We'll be doing lots more, and I previously did an abandoned racetrack as well, so many cool things coming, and I hope everyone's been having a good day so far. Now there is quite a few of these here, and fortunately for us they were all empty. Otherwise, if these were full gas, not sure what we would be doing here. It is always tricky sometimes, and these are considered hazardous waste here. So that's also why we have the dump trailer, because we don't have to lift it all the way up into the back of a dump bed. We just kind of roll it right up the ramps as well, and that C70 has been working pretty good for us. And I will have to say, using paid for equipment or borrowed equipment has been a lot of fun so far for the realism part, because we're starting off with really nothing other than a truck and trailer, and we're so far building up a pretty awesome company. Coming up on the last two here, definitely excited to get this done here. My back's a little bit worn out, a lot of lifting, a lot of rolling of these, but there we go guys. We'll actually kind of leave these in the trailer for now. We'll definitely have to use the 99 though to pick up that excavator here. Now what we'll be doing with that later on today is we actually will be tearing out this fence up front here, but for now I think we'll leave this here. So up next guys, we need to get going on the brand new buildings. What we'll do is I actually called up a friend. He has an old dozer for us, and he's actually at the local Casey's right now. So let's hop in the first gen and head on over there. Now many of you guys have been really liking this truck here. It's one of my new favorite trucks here in the game. It's such a nice looking truck, especially with that little bit of a lift kit. Now, if you guys haven't already, I do recommend you go check me out over on Instagram. I am posting every single day over there, and I've also been posting videos on my new second channel. So go check out Square Farms. It's linked down below, and it can be found on the main channel kind of front page, which is pretty exciting to get going on some farm sim time-lapse videos. I might do a few here on this channel if you guys would like, but so far, I've been really enjoying everything. I am on winter break, and it's so awesome to have so much time to spend making you guys videos. But we have arrived here. Look at that. Wow, our friend has some very nice trucks here. We'll just get parked here. The last time we borrowed some equipment from our friend here, he gave us an old Freightliner, but this time around, guys, he gave us this old Mack. This is a Super B-liner. This thing is pretty sweet. Now, I am a huge fan of these older Mack semis. They just look so awesome. Now, this is from the 1980s, he did tell me. Fully functional. Looks like we have the same Rogers trailer, but look at that, guys. This is a John Deere 450C. Just look at how old that is. Looks like it's been painted a few times here, but it should do the job, and that is kind of what I'm trying to showcase with this abandoned series, is that you don't need the brand new, the latest, the greatest trucks, the equipment. These old ones even are built better sometimes, and they do the job just as good. This thing fired up on the first crank. Now that is pretty sweet here. Now we don't have our CDL license, but we're just going down the road and we should have no problem here. Hopefully we don't see any sheriffs driving around. Now, we do have lots more work to get going here in the coming videos with the abandoned property. We have so much things to do. We have a parking lot, we have a new fence, we have a little bit of tree work, and then I think it's time to sell the property, and hopefully we can sell it very quickly. The market right now is really good for commercial buildings, and that's what we're working on. And let's see here. Now, this repair shop next door is being pretty helpful in letting us kind of park on the side there, but I don't think we'll do that today. We'll just kind of park out front here, yeah. And we do have this dozer for a week as well, so our friend's been very kind. It's always nice to have friends that really are helpful, especially when they got the equipment you need here. And he owns a construction company, but he stopped for the winter, and he's actually down south enjoying the warm weather. Let's hop on in the old dozer here. You guys can see once again fires right on up, and this thing is just awesome. Look at this thing. A little slow on the hydraulics. Definitely needs to get those fluids warmed up here, but let's get going. So we'll be using this here to kind of get everything leveled in. The new building will be built today here. We do have a company coming in for that, and I will say it's probably about 20% more to do a full new building than to kind of just repair the one we had. The one we had needed a full new roof. It needed a full new foundation because it was all cracked, and the building inspector said it would not work at all. So let's get to dozing and look at this thing, guys. You guys can see this old dozer shaking a little bit, but we're working our hard, and it's getting the job done. Alright, let's see if we come around here, do another pass or two, but wow, very surprised. This thing just keeps on working. The old John Deere did a pretty good job here. I actually just did a little bit more work here, but the company did come in, and here it is, guys, a brand new building. So this did cost a lot of money, but I'm always with the do it right the first time. Don't cheap on out. And here it is, guys. So I tried to go with a very similar design to the old one. This time around, we do have an extra bay, so more workflow, and we do have an office, but located on the other side here. So let's walk on in. Everything should be ready to go turnkey for the shop. It's just everything on the outside now. We have the latest and greatest computers here. Looks like not what they probably should be, but there we go. Let's continue in here. Now in here we do have a 2-service lift, which is awesome. Actually, looks like the electrician already came out here, so that is awesome. Look at that. We might have to put our 99 up here to do an oil change here. We do have all these working doors. Really do like these overhead doors. Those look awesome. And when you need to take a leak, need to use a restroom, you do have it back here, which is a pretty awesome. So I think the saying do it right the first time is definitely going to give us even more money, because this thing looks brand new, it looks modern, and this will really help us out on the sale there. But you guys can see that is pretty much it here for the new building. The last thing I want to do today, the last thing I want to get focused on is this fence here. Now, one of the reasons why I left it for so long was because I wanted to kind of make sure that everything's kind of safe at night, but we need to get this turned on out, and we actually need to rent that Bobcat there. So I just made the phone call, and we have it. I think it's around $500 for the week, so we'll get that torn out, and I think we'll put the new fence in at the end of the project, because we'll be coming in here. We have some tree work to do and so much more here. But let's hop in the 99 and we'll just take this on over there. I think this truck will be the way to go, and we do need the bumper pole that's here as well. Now with this series, I am trying to be as unique as possible, just kind of have a great time doing it, and to try new things out. And although I would have liked to keep the original building, it just needed to go here. And this building fits really well. It's almost similar, just kind of the latest and greatest that we could afford. Now this 7.3 is one of my favorite trucks here. Definitely I want to kind of continue to use this here, even in more farm sim videos, because this thing, I just really do like this body style here. I've actually been in this truck, very similar one in real life, and did some snow plowing one. Maybe we might just have to use this to plow some snow, but we have arrived here. I think I'll run inside to do all the paperwork, and we'll catch you back. That was pretty quick there. I only had to sign a few papers. We have it for the entire week here. We'll probably use this to dig out a few stumps if we don't want to use the big excavator. Now, I was thinking, why don't we just use a big excavator? But that's just too big. We're right along the roadway, and if we end up damaging the road, we are going to be losing a lot of money, and the county will be pretty upset with us. So I thought it's best to do it right here. It's only $500, and I would much rather pay that than to pay thousands in a broken street area there. But let's head on back, and it's time to put this to work here. But renting equipment, if we only need it for kind of a part of the job, I think is the way to go here. Our friend had one, but he's using it right now on a different job site, so that's kind of why I decided let's just rent one. And it's always nice to use some new equipment, especially one like this Bobcat looks pretty new. And it's always nice to run some new equipment as well, and kind of see what it's like since we've been using a lot of old equipment. Now that sign, you guys can see we do have to do something. I was kind of thinking about tearing this down, but I might actually post this on the marketplace and see if we can get a few $1,000s. Maybe if an old antique collector wants it, because that's a pretty old sign, and I think that's still worth a few bucks there. But let's hop on in, and we have a lot of work here to get going on with this fence. There's so many parts and pieces, and we'll definitely have to bring the truck around. Yeah, we'll get the C70 ready to go, and we'll just kind of take piece by piece and put it right in the truck. That way, we only have to kind of touch it once and not have to kind of keep loading and unloading. And we do have a small bucket on this as well, so this will be really helpful as well for getting it done. But before we get going on this, let's go get that truck, and then we'll get going. Fortunately, this is not a busy road here since we're pretty much taking up the entire roadway, but we got the C70 here. We're good to go. Let's get going here on digging out these stumps. Now, these are almost like tree stumps. I actually just caught myself. They're almost like tree stumps, but there is a little bit of concrete instead of a lot of roots here. So let's get going on digging. We have a lot to do. It looks like that post is almost ready to go here, and there's going to be so many, looks like probably 50 plus posts. We'll have to get going on digging out. We're making pretty good progress here. We got one entire section out, and the C70 is pretty much full. So I think that is where we'll call it a day here. Today's been a pretty fun one. A lot of work, a lot of progress, and little by little we'll be getting this job done in no time. So we got the new building in. We got all of those old fuel cans loaded up in the trailer, ready to go to the hazardous yard, and we got a little bit of the fence ripped on out. Hope you guys enjoyed today's abandoned car dealership video. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for next one, and subscribe for more.